Ready? Let's go! Woohoo! Yep, that was me, Maeve, celebrating my 12th birthday. I'm looking at me back then. You'd never guess that when I was 3, I'd been in a coma for 8 months. When I finally woke up, my mom cried like the world was ending. And my dad, he swore he'd never say no to me ever again. Which basically meant I got breakfast in bed every morning like an actual princess. I got Muffin, the cutest mini pony on earth, and oh my gosh, VIP tickets to the Zombies tour! Malachi, I love you so much! But then, just a few days after my birthday, my little brother Jace was born. And just like that, all those privileges were gone.
The baby needs sleep.
The baby needs food.
The baby needs a diaper. It was like the whole house switched to baby first mode. And when Jace turned 5, it got even worse. The kid followed me everywhere. I walked, he followed. I sat, he climbed on me. I closed my door, and he banged on it like he's chasing bad guys or something. Oh my gosh, I just wanted some space. After complaining a million times, my parents finally gave in. Maybe we should hire a babysitter. Yes, finally. That's when our very own Mary Poppins showed up. Hi, I'm Elise. I'm 14. Sorry, what? This is the babysitter? Honestly, my parents looked unsure too. I mean, who lets a 14-year-old watch a 5-year-old? But then Jace suddenly started screaming for no reason. Elise immediately crouched down in front of him. Hey, little monkey, do you know this song? It goes, ba 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 na na, ba 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 na na, banana na, potato na. Jace cracked up instantly. I swear, it was actual magic. My little brother's pretty fussy too. My parents are always busy, so I'm kind of used to this. Wow, you're really good with kids.
That's it. She's hired.
From that day on, every single day at 3:30 p.m., Elise rang the doorbell right when I got home, ready to flop on the couch, eat Cheetos, and binge Love Island. You two go rest. I've got him. My parents didn't hesitate. They disappeared upstairs like they'd escaped prison. 2 gentle pats later, Jace was asleep like a puppy. Elise cleaned so fast, I didn't even notice my hoodie had vanished from the floor. Then she cooked dinner, like real dinner. So good my dad almost cried. Oh, you're like the daughter I never had. Hello? I was sitting right there. Winter break started and I told myself it was time to reconnect as a family. Step 1, decorating the Christmas tree together. So I went to my room to grab the decorations, and Elise was already there, wearing my scarf my dad gave me, using my lipstick my mom bought for me. Excuse me, what are you doing in my room? Oh, Maeve, I just wanted to know what it feels like to live like you. Didn't your parents teach you not to touch other people's stuff? Elise stopped smiling. Her face stayed calm, but her voice turned cold. No, Maeve, you of all people wouldn't understand. Not everyone gets your life. A room of their own, a complete family, nothing to worry about. I'm desperate for a life like yours, and I'll do anything to get it, even replace you. The room felt empty, like all the air disappeared. I ran downstairs and told my parents everything, but before I could finish, Elise appeared behind me looking completely broken. What the? I'm sorry. My parents abandoned me. I don't have a home anymore. I don't have anyone. Oh no, you poor thing.
Maybe letting Elise stay with us for a while is okay.
Stay where? Your room's big enough, Maeve. Elise can share with you. And before I could even argue, Elise had already taken half my room. From that day on, my life turned into a nightmare. One morning, she was using my Dyson hairdryer, the one I hid at the back of my drawer. That afternoon, she ate all my Cheetos, left the bag empty, and stuck a note on it. I thought you didn't want these anymore. And at night, I caught her reading my diary like it was Cosmopolitan magazine. Ooh, does Jaden at school know your dream about him riding a unicorn to take you out for bubble tea every night? I lost it and ran to my parents. But when they came back, Elise was already holding Jace, humming softly, looking like an angel. My parents looked at her, then at me.
Maeve, don't be so harsh. Elise is very considerate.
I was speechless. Using Jace as a shield? That crossed the line. No way. I had to win my brother back. That night, I secretly ordered Jace's favorite early Christmas gift, Robo Dino 5000. I even wrapped it myself in blue paper, his favorite color. But the next morning when Jace opened it, the robot fell apart, smoking like a monster.
I don't like it. I'm not playing with Maeve anymore.
Just then, Elise walked in holding a Robo Dino, the exact same one, brand new. Jace's face lit up instantly. Wait, that's the one I bought. She stole it from me. No, that's not true. I bought it myself with my babysitting money. I just wanted Jace to be happy.
Maeve, why are you acting like this?
Stop picking fights for no reason.
What? Why did no one believe me? If that's how it was, I'd prove I could be thoughtful too. So I secretly took my parents' wedding rings and brought them to a jewelry shop to get them polished. Couldn't imagine how surprised they'd be when they saw them shiny and new again. When I was done, I put the rings back exactly where they belonged. Then I waited, excited. But when my parents opened the jewelry box, it was empty. No way!
Maeve!
I swear I didn't. Elise! It was her! As if it had been scripted, Elise appeared in the doorway. I saw Maeve throw your rings out the window. What? I searched everywhere to find them because I knew they were important to you. Shut up! Mom, Dad, you can't seriously believe her!
That's enough, Maeve. You can't keep blaming Elise every time you mess up.
Go to your room. You're grounded.
I stood there completely frozen. Why was this happening? That night, I couldn't sleep. My chest felt tight, full of anger and injustice. Then I heard my parents talking downstairs.
I don't know her anymore. She's getting more and more rebellious.
I looked into some boarding schools, places for teens who are hard to manage. Maybe that kind of environment would suit Maeve right now.
Hard to manage? They talked about me like I was a burden. What if I wasn't their real daughter? That would explain how easily they could just send me away. The next morning, while my parents were at work, I quietly snuck into my dad's office and searched through every drawer. And then I found it. An old yellowed envelope stamped with the name Sunshine Orphanage. Inside were child transfer documents being signed by my parents. But what shocked me to my core was the date. It matched the exact time when I was in a coma at age 3. My parents had sent a different child of theirs to the orphanage, which meant I had another sibling I never knew about. My heart dropped. I ran straight to the address on the envelope. The nun there greeted me kindly, and when I showed her the papers,
Ah, yes, I remember that little girl. At the time, your parents were struggling financially. They couldn't afford to care for the child.
financial struggles? Of course. Back then, they were spending everything to keep me alive. It was me. Because of me, that baby, my sister, was left behind.
Later, they did come back to take the child home, but she had already been adopted. After that, we lost contact.
I went home feeling heavy and sick inside. I wanted to talk to my parents, but Elise stayed glued to them, laughing, making them smile like a perfect family. I'd just wait then. The next day, my parents went out again, leaving Elise to watch Jace. I stayed in my room trying to process everything, until Elise suddenly burst in, pale as a ghost. Maeve! Jace! Jace is gone! I ran downstairs. The front door was wide open. The yard was empty. We split up searching the neighborhood, shouting his name until our voices were gone, asking everyone we passed. Then, in a quiet corner of the nearby park, I saw a small figure curled up under a tree. It was Jace. His face was burning red, sweat everywhere. He'd passed out from a fever. I picked him up and called Elise immediately. We rushed to the hospital. Later, when Jace finally stabilized, my parents arrived. They didn't say a word to Elise, but the look in their eyes said everything, equal parts worry and disappointment. I looked at Elise. For the first time, she looked truly terrified, afraid my parents would abandon her too. And suddenly, the image of that baby left at the orphanage flashed in my mind. My chest tightened. Hey, they're not blaming you. I don't need your pity. That night, while my parents were handling Jace's discharge papers, I stepped into the hallway to get some air. And that's when I saw Elise, talking to the nun from Sunshine Orphanage? She looked completely shaken.
The second she saw me, she turned and ran. "Oh, Maeve, you're here?"
"Sister, do you know Elise?"
"I suppose there's no point in hiding it anymore. Listen, Elise is that little girl your parents sent to the orphanage back then."
Everything went silent. The nun's words echoed in my head, and suddenly, everything made sense. Elise hadn't just stumbled into our family, she'd found us. The jealousy, the obsession with my life, the need to replace me. She was pouring all her pain of being abandoned onto me, because in her eyes, my parents chose me over her. I ran home after Elise, my heart pounding. The moment I opened the door, I heard crashing upstairs. I rushed up and froze. Elise was destroying everything in her room. "Elise, stop! I know everything now!" My words didn't reach her at all. Elise kept tearing everything apart until the room looked like a battlefield. Right then, the front door opened. My parents came back from the hospital carrying Jace. The second Elise heard their footsteps, all that rage vanished, replaced by a shaking, terrified look, like a kid being bullied. "I'm so scared. Maeve totally snapped and destroyed all my things. She said it was my fault Jace got hurt, that she didn't want me here for even one more second." My parents looked at me. Their eyes were heavy, disappointed in a way that made my chest cave in.
"Maeve, did you do this?"
Tell us, was it you?
I stood there in the wreckage. Elise was crying into herself. My parents waited for my answer. And this time, I didn't fight back. Yes, I did. My mom covered her mouth. My dad just closed his eyes like he was letting out a long, tired breath. That silence hurt more than any scolding ever could. If you think I should go to boarding school, then I'll go." My parents froze. They had no idea I'd overheard their conversation, but I knew exactly what I was doing. If stepping away could make Elise feel safer, then I would do it. Maybe this was the only way to make up for what I'd unknowingly taken from her all those years ago. The next morning, before getting into the car for boarding school, I left a letter on the dining table. I told my parents the truth, everything Elise hadn't been brave enough to say. I admitted how selfish I'd been, how I took their love for granted, how I'd never really appreciated my family the way I should have. And at the end, I promised that when I came back, I'd be different, a real big sister, a daughter they could trust. Life at the boarding school moved slowly, each day cutting through me with a kind of sharp clarity. There were no privileges anymore, no arguments, no one else to blame. It was just me, face to face with the person I really was. When I finally finished the program, my parents and Jace came to pick me up. The moment they hugged me, it felt like home again. And then I saw Elise standing behind them. She hesitated, then stepped forward. "Maeve, I'm really sorry." I didn't let her finish. I pulled her into a hug, holding her tight. Her tears soaked into my shoulder. "It's okay. I'm home now." I opened my locker with zero enthusiasm. That's when I heard the mysterious voice. Yes, again. "Prepare for
I calmly opened the closet again.
the principal inspection. Don't fall asleep."
That weird voice kept going totally unfazed while the whole routine, speak, slam, speak, dragged on for a solid minute.
"Don't you dare ignore me. The principal's checking classrooms today. No passing out allowed."
Fine, no naps. I had no idea what kind of spirit was haunting this locker, but whatever it was never wrong. Thanks to it, I'd avoided a bunch of unnecessary trouble. Hey, I'm Airless, 17. Just transferred here not too long ago. Why? Let's just say school wasn't exactly a blast back where I came from. Rumors about my bad rep spread like wildfire. So the second I stepped into Miss Catherine's class, I was the outcast. Everyone avoided me like I had the plague. But honestly, I just wanted to get through high school in peace. Since no one wanted anything to do with me, I got stuck with the rickety old locker shoved in the farthest, creepiest corner of the hallway.
"Pick the blue slip."
"Who's there?" The voice came from inside my locker. Great. Day one and we're already diving into ghost stories. I carried all my doubts and questions back into the classroom. Everyone was buzzing about the upcoming sports festival. Miss Catherine had set up a lucky draw to pick the team captain, but no one had drawn it yet. Airless and Aaron, you two go next. Aaron was the class sports star. Everyone knew he'd be captain. 2 slips left, blue and red. Wait, hold up. No way I was picking blue. If those creepy voices thought this would scare me, nice try.
What did Aaron get? He's team captain, right? Exempt from participating.
Then that means
thinks the captain is? Everyone turned and stared. I just stood there frozen, holding the slip that said Team Captain. Congrats. If you need help, I'm here. Should have just listened to that haunted locker. Training was brutal. My classmates either ignored me or acted like I was some kind of cursed scarecrow. Ask Aaron to be your coach. That locker voice again, and this time I listened. And yeah, Aaron was actually a great coach. He brought the whole class together.
You need to train too. A team captain can't be lazy or weak.
Yikes, chill out. It's not like I stole your captain badge or something. All right, I'm assigning events. Jess, you're in aerobics. Max, dodgeball. I went through the whole class, matching everyone to the right event. Slowly, the stares shifted from cold to curious.
You picked everyone's strengths. Sharp eye.
Before he finished, I was already stepping in to break up an argument. If you keep fighting and holding up practice, you'll be disqualified from the festival. Instant silence.
Not bad, Captain. Not many people can handle these hotheads.
All right, who's feeding you all these good ideas?
Of course, I had my secret weapon. That ghost locker was ridiculously hands-on, always giving me tips, guiding me through everything. Thanks to it, I avoided disaster after disaster, and slowly people actually started to like me. I got more into training. As team captain, I joined one of the most important events, relay race. I was the anchor, the last leg, so naturally, Aaron was on my case 24/7. The dude was super strict. My slow progress drove him nuts. He had me training day and night whenever he found the time. Maybe just pick someone else. I'm gonna ruin our chances.
You've worked hard. We believe in you, Captain.
So I gritted my teeth and gave it a shot. I ran with everything I had. Legs pumping, heart racing.
New record!
And then, boom, I collapsed. Cramp! Aaron had to carry me to the nurse, and the whole way there he kept ranting about how I ran wrong and totally deserved it.
I used to think you were just some cold, annoying girl, but you're strong, brave, and more determined than anyone I know. So yeah, take care of yourself, dummy.
Wow, didn't know he had that in him. I heard you got hurt. I came to check on you. At first, Miss Catherine never treated me badly, but she always felt distant. This time, she smiled at me, genuinely, kindly. And for the first time, I thought maybe this class could be different. Maybe this time, I'd finally be accepted. After class, Aaron walked me home. We were still bickering like usual, but there was something kind of sweet between the lines. Then I froze. There he was, someone I never thought I'd see again.
Long time no see, Elise.
Liam, the guy at the center of that whole harassing classmates drama. And my old crush. Back at my old school, the whole place was buzzing about how I supposedly wrote him creepy love letters and stuffed cockroaches in his desk. No one believed I was innocent, not even Liam.
The Elise I knew would never do anything that awful. I think I was wrong, and when you left, I really missed you. I'm sorry I didn't stand up for you.
I'd waited forever to hear that, but I couldn't even smile.
Erlis, I miss you so much.
Serena suddenly barged in, totally wrecking the moment. She was my closest friend back then. When I transferred, I cut ties with everyone. So yeah, I was low-key touched she even remembered me. The next morning though, something felt off. The whole class suddenly felt distant and cold. Aaron snapped at me for no reason, like all the sweetness from before was a total illusion. The others gave me side eyes like I was radioactive.
Heard back at our old school, Erlis would get close to people, then stab them in the back.
Shh, she might hear you.
I felt a chill run down my spine. The past, those rumors, those glares, that isolation was creeping back in.
Stop spreading garbage about people. And you, focus on your studies.
I rushed out of the classroom. I just couldn't handle the judgmental stares and Aaron's ridiculous attitude anymore. I needed some wisdom for my locker. If not, I was seriously gonna suffocate. Cut ties with Serena and Liam. Focus on the sports festival. Wait, what? It wanted me to give up the only two people being nice to me? Was this locker ghost really helping me? Or just like everyone else? All sweet in the beginning, then gone the second things got messy. So I didn't listen. I started skipping practices and hung out more with Serena and Liam. They were the only ones who didn't treat me like some monster. So how could I turn my back on them?
I like you, Elise.
I was stunned, but I didn't feel happy. After everything, his smile didn't make my heart flutter anymore. Even our hangouts felt awkward, especially with Serena showing up every single time. Hey, I gotta go. You two have fun. I walked off, then doubled back just in time to see Serena kissing Liam. Tears blurred my vision as I took off towards school like a total maniac and slammed right into my locker. Who even are you? Why do you always know when my life's about to go to trash? Why does everyone end up betraying me? Go to the teacher's office. That voice, it sounded way too familiar. When I got there, I realized it was literally just one thin wall away from my locker. Miss Catherine sat there looking at me with this gentle smile. You're the voice? Sorry I tricked you. At first, I was worried you'd cause trouble in class, so I faked the ghost voice to spook you. But then, I saw who you really were. You're a good kid, Airless. What about Serena? She came to me and the other students too, saying awful things about you, especially about how you stole Liam from her. A lie, born from jealousy. Do you understand what I'm saying? I walked back to class feeling numb. Teachers, friends, the people I trusted most, even the person I used to care about, all of them lied to me, controlled me, turned on me. So from now on, I'd trust no one. I went back to being cold, distant, untouchable just like before. But of course, Miss Catherine and Aaron wouldn't let me disappear that easy. Somehow Miss Catherine managed to silence all the rumors. And Aaron, that little troublemaker, must have been behind the whole class stuffing my busted locker and beat up desk with notes and gifts. Things like, "You got this, we believe in you," as if I'd fall for it.
This is from the whole class, Captain.
I don't want it, and I quit being captain, by the way. You can have the title.
Your old shoes don't even fit you anymore, do they? And hey, the class still sees you as our captain.
It was Sports Fest day, and I was curled up inside doing absolutely nothing. Aaron probably took my place by now. He's got this. They don't need me. No one does. For sure, I bolted out the door and ran like my life depended on it, only to crash straight into someone's chest.
Just in time for the race. Welcome back, Elise.
The stadium heat hit me like a bolt of energy, and the second the baton touched my hand, I took off. Aaron's voice echoed in my head. Start steady, then build speed. Deep breaths, even steps. And for a moment, as the wind rushed past me, it felt like I wasn't running. I was flying. Up in the stands, Aaron and Liam were both locked in, eyes glued to me. We did it! We won! The whole class erupted. They lifted me up like I just brought home Olympic gold. And in that whirlwind of laughter and cheers, all the doubt and drama just melted away. After the race, Liam asked to talk.
Everything was Serena's lie. I realized it the second she kissed me. I'm sorry for not seeing the truth sooner. Do you think we could try again?
I'm sorry. I thought about Aaron when he said my old shoes didn't fit anymore. He wasn't just talking about shoes.
Sounds like someone's jealous. I hope you're happy, Elise.
I walked right over to Aaron and took his hand. He was the one who stuck by me even when I felt alone, lost, and broken. Sure, he was rough around the edges, blunt, stubborn, and emotionally constipated, but everything he did was real. And Serena, yeah, she didn't take rejection well. She kept showing up at school spreading whatever nonsense she could about me. If you keep lying about Airless, I'll be contacting your school. A bunch of classmates even stood up to her. They looked her dead in the eye until she stormed off, fuming. As for me, there was nothing holding me back anymore. Now I had everything I needed. A teacher who believed in me, friends who had my back, and a boyfriend who, for all his grumpy energy, was kinda perfect. Sage and I weren't just besties, we were meant to be. We were born on the same day, in the same hospital, and somehow swapped at birth for a whole 5 minutes. One exhausted nurse handed Sage to my parents and me to hers. By the time they figured it out, everyone just laughed it off like it was the cutest little mix-up ever. A few weeks later, her family moved in next door. From that day on, we were stuck together for life. At 5, we were already causing absolute chaos. Honestly, I'd say it was a talent, but nah, my teachers strongly disagreed. Gluing kids to their seats? Too basic. We leveled up, swapping everyone's lunchboxes just to watch the confusion. And let's not forget the time we painted our teacher's pet turtle bright pink. Who did this? We both widened our eyes and shook our heads dramatically.
Maybe it's a rare species, miss. A pink-shelled turtle, Turtlius?
Yeah, that did not fly. So we got sentenced to the bad kid corner. Arms up like we were criminals in a heist movie.
This is so on you. Oh, no way! You told me to add green and glitter. Yuck!
We cracked up just picturing how ridiculous it all looked. At 13, our mischief only escalated. During finals week, we got locked out of our exam after helping a lost kid find his way. Of course, the teacher refused to take our late papers. Sir, do you know who we are?
I don't care if you're the superintendent's kids. Late is late.
So you don't know who we are?
And who exactly are you?
Before he could blink, we yeeted our papers into the exam pile and shuffled everything. By the time he reacted, we were already out the door. That was hilarious. Not that I'm saying y'all should try this at school. Seriously, don't. But yeah, we vibed on everything. Same music, same inside jokes, even wore matching outfits just for fun. I thought we'd always be like that. Turns out I was so wrong. By 16, fashion wasn't just my thing, it was my dream. I wanted to be a designer, so my wardrobe matched the vibe. Trendy, colorful, feminine. About Sage, she went full goth, dressing in dark clothes with skulls. Why do you dress like a vampire now? This is not what we agreed on. How are we supposed to match? Because I like it. And why do you always dress like a walking fashion magazine? Because I literally want to be a designer. Hello? Yeah, well, not with that look. You're giving basic. Basic? She looked like she wanted to take it back, but pride said no. At least I don't look like I burst into flames in the sunlight. You know what? Newsflash, just because we used to be alike doesn't mean we have to now. Grow up, Peyton. She rolled her eyes and walked off, leaving me fuming. She had changed, and I had to fix it. But the next morning, before I could even open my mouth to complain, Sage shoved half a sandwich into it. Truce? Come on, Peyton, I just want to try new things. Her desperate puppy eyes made me chew my sandwich with extra frustration. Fine, truce, as long as you're comfortable with that. Just as we were finishing lunch, the Mean Girl squad, led by Madeline, came waltzing over. Fake smile, locked and loaded.
Peyton, right? I was thinking you should sit with us. You do have great style. Honestly, you're way too pretty to be seen with,
Oh wow, that's a walk away for me. See ya! I knew exactly what these girls were about, and I wasn't about to let them mess with Sage. As long as we had each other, we were fine. We didn't need anyone else. It was a regular morning, or so I thought. I stood on the sidewalk waiting for Sage like always, except she never showed. I texted her, no reply. Maybe she was sick? Nope, no one home. I kept texting as I walked. If aliens abducted you, at least drop me a text, okay? Or did you flee to China after the TikTok ban? Come back, it's legal again! I was so distracted that I didn't notice a sidewalk puddle until a car sped by splashing dirty water all over my brand new outfit. Oh, great! Just fantastic! Love that for me.
Looks like you need some help.
That guy slipped off his jacket and draped it over me, covering the mess. Toby! I'd never paid much attention to him before. Just a normal guy at school. But right now, I suddenly noticed how annoyingly good-looking he was. My heart did this stupid little flip. Oh no, I think I just developed a crush in real time. Thanks.
Hurry up, we're already late.
By the time I said goodbye to Toby, I spotted Sage, laughing with her new friends like nothing had happened. My blood boiled. Seriously, Sage? Oh, Peyton, hey, I was just about to say sorry for… You left without me! I had a group project, I had to come in early and you couldn't text me back? Sage fumbled for her phone and pulled out a dead battery. She gave me that guilty, haha, oops face. I showed up to school a mess because I was worried about you. I didn't see your calls. And can you not yell? You're being so dramatic right now. The second time Sage had snapped at me like that. Was I embarrassing her in front of her new squad? You know what, Sage? Whatever. I turned before she could say another word. I didn't want to hear it. After school, I went to the mall alone. And God, I hated it. Sage and I always shopped together. We'd picked out matching outfits, try on the weirdest accessories, and take so many pictures in the dressing rooms that the employees would eventually kick us out.
Peyton!
I turned to see Madeline and her Mean Girl squad heading my way.
Shopping alone?
Just looking around.
Come with us, a new collection just dropped.
Before I could refuse, Madeline grabbed my arm and pulled me along. That's when I saw them through the cafe window. Sage and Toby sitting together.
Oh no, look at that! Looks like your loyal bestie left you for her romantic era.
I clenched my fist to keep my hands from shaking. What the fudge? Sage was dating my crush?
Peyton, don't you think it's time to stop standing in the shadows? Maybe step into the spotlight with us?
Yeah, let's go. The next day, I walked into the cafeteria with Madeline's squad. By instinct, I scanned the room for Sage. She was sitting alone picking out a boring sandwich. For half a second, her face lit up when she saw me. Then she noticed who I was with. Her expression fell. Sage frowned and disappointed. That night, I couldn't sleep. Was I overreacting? Sage and I had fought before over stupid things like the last slice of pizza or who got to pick the movie. But this was different. Silent war. Sneaking out late at night, I headed to Sage's house. I needed to apologize, at least about Toby. Maybe it was all just some misunderstanding and they weren't actually together. But her mom told me Sage had gone to the park. At this hour? That was weird. And then I saw them. Sage resting her head on Toby's shoulder. They really were a couple. No misunderstandings. In that moment, I made up my mind. We were no longer best friends. She chose this, and she was going to regret it. The next time we met, I'd be a famous fashion designer, and she'd still be just a black swan. Becoming part of the Mean Girls was never the plan. I just went along with it to get back at Sage. Their conversations, always the same. Looks, parties, gossip. Who had the best outfit? Who was dating the hottest guy? They could turn on each other over the tiniest things. One wrong fashion choice, one slip of the tongue. Even their families' reputations were fair game. These girls weren't friends. They were just using each other to stay on top. I missed Sage. I missed us. But my attention quickly shifted to the fashion competition happening downtown. I had poured weeks into preparing for it, blocking out everything else. The moment I stepped through the doors, my phone rang. Toby?
Peyton, I need you. It's Sage. She's gone.
What do you mean, gone?
I mean, no one can find her. She's not in class. She's not answering her phone. And I heard the Mean Girls talking. Peyton, I think they did something.
What was I supposed to do? Sage, my BFF? No, my ex-BFF was in trouble. She made it very clear she didn't want me in her life anymore. But we had sworn we'd be there for each other. We had been through everything together. And just like that, I ran. I left my dream behind. Because Sage needed me, and I knew exactly where they were. The abandoned skate park behind the mall. Their favorite spot to sit around and trash talk people. From a distance, I spotted Sage completely cornered by Madeline and her squad. And trust me, this wasn't some casual girl talk.
Oh, look who finally decided to show up. I thought you'd be too busy sketching your little designs. So we figured we'd do you a favor. Deal with your ex-bestie for you. I mean, she did steal your man, right? Toby, wasn't it?
Sage's eyes widened like she never even saw this coming. Madeline, of course, caught on to that in a heartbeat. She thought throwing that in my face would push me over the edge. She thought wrong. Before she could even think about slapping Sage, I caught her wrist midair. No one lays a hand on my friend. Madeline's minions jumped in and suddenly we were in the middle of a full-blown catfight. I had Madeline in a headlock while Sage was tickling her to throw her off. Meanwhile, her two sidekicks were out here literally yanking my ears like we were in kindergarten. The whole thing only ended when Toby showed up with, yep, you guessed it, the cops. And just like that, we were all hauled off to the station. Sitting side by side in the holding cell, adrenaline crashing, neither of us really knew what to say. So, what Madeline said about Toby, Nope, I get it now. For a while, I actually thought I liked Toby, but honestly, that was just my pride talking. The whole thing was just a dumb spiral of jealousy and ego. Now looking at them together, I wanted them to be happy. So, back to being besties? Besties forever!
Touching. Really. But bad news, ladies. You're looking at 50 hours of community service.
Cleaning up the community park was humbling. Madeline and her girls were trying to low-key hide their faces from the world, while Sage and I were out here vibing, getting things done. Honestly, we could be stuck picking up trash and it'd still be fun, as long as we were together. Okay, so I don't get fashion the way you do, but I think I can help you make it something fresh. Sage helped me bring my final competition design to life and it was fire. One day, you're gonna be the GOAT of fashion design. Aw, thanks, Sage. No, thank you for always being the best friend ever.
Hate to break up the love fest, but your boba orders are here.
Watching Sage and Toby together, genuinely happy, I felt nothing but warmth. But also, when was it my turn? When was I gonna find someone to be all cute and cringe with on Valentine's Day?